It is a new day. I got to Fort Wilkins State Park yesterday, and let me tell you, it was something. I'm just gonna say it wasn't a great day yesterday. So I got to this state park and I realized that there is no way I was ever going to fit in the site that I had booked. Online it says RVs up to 20 feet. My 400 is 18 feet. And for one thing, it's a very small site. And for another, there is a tree in the middle of it. It is utterly perplexing why they would ever list it as being able to fit an RV. That was very stressful. So I swung around. I went back to the check-in office and I talked to the woman there, and she was very nice and very helpful, and she helped me in finding a new spot. Come here, Mercy. Come on. So I'm not super impressed with the sites here. I swung around and looked at the available ones, and none of them were super great. Obviously, I'm getting slim pickings because there's only what's available left, and most of them are small tent sites. Luckily, there are sites available, so I selected the one I'm in now, and I can get into it. It was a little bit awkward because I didn't realize it was a tent site at the time. She didn't tell me which ones were tent sites. She just picked out the ones that she thought I could fit into, and so I didn't realize it was a tent site, for one thing. For another thing, it's super uneven. It's super unlevel, so I honestly wasn't even able to completely level out front to back. I am level side to side, oddly enough, without even having to level it myself. So that's a plus, I guess, but it's so unlevel front to back that my tongue is all the way down, and I'm still an inch off from being level. And I know there's other ways to get level front to back, but at that point I'm tired, I am done, I am stressed out, so it is what it is. We're gonna be a little bit unlevel for essentially the 3 nights I think that we're here. It's not a long stay, so that's pretty much why I'm letting it go. And then I'm able to unhook. I go to the office to tell her which side I am. I get back, I go to plug in, not realizing it's a tent site, and it's 20 amp. So frustrating, but not the end of the world. I can operate on 20 amp. I have my 30 to 20 amp adapter, and it's fine. But not super impressed with Fort Wilkins State Park. Probably my least favorite campground so far this year. So, one thing to note is that the West Campground is apparently a lot nicer. And it does look nicer. We drove through it yesterday just to take a look, and one, it's a lot nicer, and two, I think it's a lot more friendly to big rigs. So if you are in the area and you want to camp here, it's a very beautiful campground despite all of my problems with it. You might want to look at the West Campground rather than the East Campground. So yeah, it is what it is. I try not to complain too much in these videos because I do know that there are campgrounds that suit different people better, and this one just doesn't suit me as well. I like to try to be flexible, but man, it was just stressful yesterday when you get to a campground and find out that there is no way you're actually going to fit in your site, and you don't know if there's any other availability. So not great, but we move on, we get over it, we decide never to come back to this campground. It's fine, but we're going to enjoy our time here. So we are camping in the Keweenaw Peninsula in Upper Michigan. This campground is just outside of Copper Harbor, right up at the tippity top of the little peninsula here. So today we are going to drive the Brockport Mountain Drive? I cannot remember. My grandma has said it multiple times, but it goes in one ear, out the other. We're gonna do the Scenic Highway Loop here. We're gonna stop at the Jam Pot. We're gonna stop at Eagle Harbor Lighthouse. It's a little bit of a rainy day, but it should be good. Hello, good morning. It is the second night, third day of my stay here at Fort Wilkins. So yesterday we went for a drive, we saw the lighthouse, we stopped at the jam pot, and then last night I took Mercy for a walk through the park by the fort. I didn't end up filming that just because I wanted a nice quiet walk, but it's honestly a very beautiful park with some nice trails. But today we are going to go to the Estevant Pines, and then I'm hoping later on I can kayak on the lake here, not Lake Superior, Lake Fanny Ho, on the other side of the park. Although it is kind of chilly today, but I think I just need to suck it up at this point in time, and then tomorrow I want to walk on the trails a little bit more before we leave to go back to Marquette. Obviously, the best laid plans don't always end up happening, so this is just my tentative plan for the rest of the trip, so we'll see.